Well, I decided to take a trip down to the local hardware store so I could get the supplies necessary for starting the rust inhibition, removal, repainting of the socket power unit for the Radiola 60. This is following a restoration series I've seen on a Brunswick 5KR, which is basically a Radiola 20, from another YouTube user who I got some great tips from. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the Rust-Oleum rust inhibiting primer here. Now with this primer, you could just paint it over with the primer onto the rusted metal. Don't want to do that. I want to get some of it off here. And then this is the color of Rust-Oleum paint that is supposed to actually be pretty close to the original Radiola brown, and it'll probably get another coat of less gloss. But I've got the sandpaper here, varying grits, you know, like from really coarse to nuts coarse, then fine, and finally really fine. So I'll be able to do a pretty good job with that. Got a new brush there, and if you hear a fan in the background, it's about 95 degrees here today, so even in the basement where I am, it's a little warm. And also have some music on in the background. You know, have Pandora running on the computer here. Just something a little fitting. You know, the Paul Whiteman radio station going through my pretty decent Marantz receiver that I have for several functions down here. But that'll be, I'm going to actually start sanding on this really soon, and you'll see video updates. And if you're on my Facebook, or if you're following the thread on the Antique Radio Forum, you will also see some pictures posted. Alright, that's all for today's second update. You all have a very good day. Just one more update for the night, because it is, well, according to my clock here, yeah, 11:39 p.m. But I've done some pretty good work with getting the rust off with just the sandpaper, and I do want to remove the filter choke here, so I've desoldered that. It's a little bit late at night to be pounding on this to get these tabs bent, but I am going to remove the filter choke so I can completely clean it off. Did do some desoldering here. Found some interesting things, like there was wax at the bottom of the capacitor here, so definitely the capacitor block got a bit overheated, and that will need to be completely replaced. I was going to do it anyway. I'm leaving as many of the wires for the transformer alone because there's a lot of them. I have to disconnect some for the capacitors, but we will keep. And I kept the lashings as much as possible because the lashings were real nice, and the colors are real nice, which is really helpful for getting everything back together. But I had an idea at one time to take and fill in the voids I see here with some Bondo, because I'd seen it done on another video. But this is unrusted, and I'm seeing it's all through the metal, so I think it's just the way it was cast, that it was not ever smooth, ever. So I'm just going to leave it and repaint. And that's about all for tonight, and get more tomorrow. Alright, have a good night, everyone.